Hey there. If you're a network admin, you know the feeling, right? That frustration when you just can't see what's happening on your network. Well, today we're going to look at a tool called TWSNMP FK. And believe me, it's designed to change that guessing game into a super clear picture. So let me ask you, does your network ever feel like a total black box? You know all your stuff is in there, your servers, your routers, all of it, but you have no idea how it's all connected or what's really going on. And when something breaks, man, troubleshooting becomes an absolute nightmare.
Okay, so the tool that can fix this, it's actually not some brand new thing. In fact, it's been a bit of a legend in Japan for over 25 years. But, and this is the cool part, it's been completely rebuilt from the ground up for 2023. It's called TWSNPFK, and it takes all that experience and packs it into some seriously modern tech.
And get this, it's not another one of those clunky web-based tools you have to set up on a server. Nope. TWSNP FK is a proper native desktop app for Windows and Mac. What does that mean for you? It means it's fast, it's focused, and you don't have to deal with all the baggage of a web browser.
All right, so let's get into the good stuff. How do you actually turn that black box into something you can see? Well, it all starts with creating your very first network map. And you'll be shocked at how fast you can get a real, useful result. Let's walk through it. It's seriously simple. First, you just install the app and pick a folder to save your data. Then, you hit Auto Discovery and point it at your IP range. Boom, it goes out and finds all your devices. They pop up on the map, and then you just drag them around to match how they're set up in the real world and draw some lines to connect them. I mean, we're talking a few minutes, and you've got a living, breathing diagram of your network.
Oh, and I have to share this because it's just great. The developer actually put this little note in the docs. I hear in the cat world, there are only white hat hackers. It's just a fun little touch that shows this tool was built by a real person with a sense of humor. But okay, back to it, because a great map is really just the starting line.
So you've got this awesome-looking map, cool, right? But this is where TWSNMP FK really starts to shine. That map isn't just a pretty picture. It's a dynamic dashboard. It's your gateway to a whole suite of really powerful monitoring tools. And I mean, we're talking way, way beyond just a simple ping test here. You can pull super detailed health data using SNMP. You can do TCP port checks to see if a critical service is actually running. You can even power on a machine remotely with Wake on LAN. It's got support for modern stuff like GNMI, a MIB browser, host resource monitoring for CPU and storage, and if there's anything else you need, you can just write your own custom scripts. It's incredibly versatile. Okay, so monitoring is great for what's happening right now. But what about spotting trends over time, or figuring out what went wrong yesterday? For that, you need analysis. So let's dive in and see how this thing becomes a real network intelligence hub. You know how it is, a huge part of network analysis is just dealing with logs. Every device is constantly spitting out messages, but they're all over the place, right? Well, TWSNMPFK completely solves this. It acts like a central hub, sucking in all those logs into one spot so you can finally see the whole story. And this is what makes it so powerful, the different kinds of data it brings together. Of course, it collects all the standard syslog messages from your firewalls, your servers, you name it. But it also listens for SNMP trap notifications. You know, those critical, hey, something important just happened alerts. Having both of those in one timeline, that's the key to figuring things out fast. So logs tell you about specific events. That's great. But what about the actual data zipping around your network? To really get what's going on, you've got to see the traffic itself. And that's where flow analysis comes in. Honestly, this is a total game changer. It analyzes protocols like NetFlow and Slow, which means you can finally answer those big questions, like who are the top talkers hogging all the bandwidth, or what apps are people actually using? And with visualizations like heat maps or even GeoIP mapping, you go from just knowing the network is busy to seeing exactly who is talking to who and why. Okay, so we've covered real-time monitoring, and we've covered historical analysis. So what's the next step? Predicting the future, of course. And believe it or not, TWSNPFK has a built-in AI feature to help you get ahead of problems, to go from being reactive to being proactive. And no, you don't have to be some data science genius to use it. Basically, the tool uses a smart algorithm to learn what normal activity looks like on your network. Then it watches everything and calculates an abnormality score. If that score suddenly spikes, that's the AI telling you, hey, something weird is going on over here.
It lets you jump on a problem before it actually turns into a full-blown outage. It's like an early warning system for your network.
So when you put it all together, the visual map, the deep monitoring, the log analysis, and the AI-powered prediction, you have an absolutely comprehensive toolkit. This is all about putting you back in the driver's seat. So the big question is, how do you get your hands on it?
Well, the developer made it super accessible. There's a completely free version for both Windows and Mac users. If you're on Windows, you can install it super easily with Scoop. If you're on a Mac, you can just grab it from the GitHub releases. And, if you love the tool and want to support the project, you can also buy a paid version from the Microsoft Store or the Mac App Store. So let's just circle all the way back to the beginning. The main takeaway here is about transformation. TWSNMP FK takes that confusing, frustrating black box and turns it into a living, breathing, intelligent map that puts you, once and for all, in control of your network.
So, really, there's only one question left. Are you ready to stop guessing and start seeing? Are you ready to finally map your world and understand what's really happening inside of it? You can get started, right now. Just head over to the project's GitHub page. The link's right there. You can download the app, check out all the docs, and start your journey to finally getting total network visibility. Thanks for tuning in.